In a quiet corner of West Virginia, a nightmare was unfolding behind the closed doors of a rural home in Sissonville. What appeared to be a loving couple giving 5 children a second chance at life was, in reality, a harrowing case of betrayal, abuse, and modern-day enslavement. This is the disturbing true story of Jeanne K. Whitefeather and Donald Lantz, a couple who adopted 5 black children, only to turn their lives into a waking nightmare. A case that shocked the nation and led to one of the harshest sentences in recent history. Welcome to Mystery Unveiled. Thank you, my viewers. A special thank you to our loyal subscribers for joining us as we uncover the darkest, most gripping true crime stories every single day. Your support fuels our mission to bring you both infamous cases and chilling untold mysteries. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. You won't want to miss what's coming next. Jeanne Whitefeather, 63 years old, and her husband Donald Lantz, 62 years old, had adopted 5 children back in 2018. On paper, it might have seemed like an act of kindness, a white couple providing a home for children in need. But what unfolded over the next several years would become the subject of a 16-count indictment involving human trafficking, forced labor, civil rights violations, and child abuse so severe it defies belief. In May of 2023, the family relocated to Kanawha County, West Virginia. It wasn't long before neighbors began noticing disturbing signs. 2 of the children, teenagers aged 14 and 16, were seen locked inside a shed on the couple's property. They were unkempt, visibly distressed, and oddly isolated. By October 2023, a concerned neighbor finally made the call that would spark a criminal investigation. That call was to Child Protective Services. According to court documents, the neighbor alleged that the teens were being locked away, left without food or water, and subjected to long hours of physical labor. When deputies arrived on the scene, what they discovered was horrifying. Inside a makeshift shed, 2 children were found trapped with nothing but a portable toilet, no heat, no electricity, and no running water. They had been locked inside for nearly 12 hours, forced to sleep on the floor, and denied access to the main house. Their clothes were soiled, and one of them, the oldest boy, had visible sores on his feet, likely from being overworked and neglected. More neighbors came forward with alarming testimonies. According to the indictment, the children had been forced to perform heavy farm labor for hours each day. They were not allowed inside the house, and were essentially treated like slaves. Judge Mary Claire Akers, who presided over the case, delivered an emotional and powerful statement during the sentencing. "You brought these children to West Virginia, a place that I know is almost heaven, and you put them in hell," she said. "This court will now put you in yours, and may God have mercy on your souls, because this court will not." Both Whitefeather and Lantz were convicted in January 2024. During the trial, heartbreaking details emerged from the children's own testimonies. The eldest daughter testified that the children were frequently cursed at, demeaned, and punished in dehumanizing ways. Some were made to stand for hours in their rooms with their hands raised above their heads. Others were denied basic hygiene and clean clothes. Cut to black and white stills of courtrooms, headlines, and children's toys. The racial element of the case added yet another layer of horror. Prosecutors argued that the children were targeted because they were black and subjected to systemic abuse rooted in racial hatred. Judge Akers didn't hold back when referencing this during the hearing. This indictment alleges human trafficking, human rights violations, and the use of forced labor, she said. Violations specific to the fact that these children were targeted because of their race. The case drew national attention not only for the severity of the crimes, but also because of the questions it raised about adoption oversight, racial bias, and how such abuse went unchecked for so long. On the day of sentencing, Donald Lantz was sentenced to 160 years behind bars. Jeanne Whitefeather, who was also convicted of civil rights violations, received an even harsher sentence, 215 years in prison. Their combined sentence, 375 years, reflects the absolute horror of the crimes they committed. While the children continue their journey toward healing, this case remains a painful reminder of how vulnerable children can fall into the hands of those who use love as a disguise for cruelty. Let this story be a call for vigilance, for reform, and for the protection of those who cannot protect themselves. If you suspect a child is being abused or neglected, don't stay silent. Contact your local child protection agency or law enforcement. Your call could save a life. Subscribe to Mystery Unveiled, where true crime meets truth. Tap the bell, and let's uncover the world's darkest secrets together.